Is Richard Dawkins wrong about the nature of life? And is it time to abandon the metaphor of the selfish gene? It's posed as a question, but I believe the answer to these questions is yes. What I'm arguing for here is not for something like intelligent design or creationism. That is not the purpose of my arguments. In short, the selfish gene is that humans and all living organisms are survival machines constructed by DNA for the benefit of DNA. The mortal body is transient and temporary, but the gene may be passed on to the next generation. In this way, genes are considered immortal or potentially immortal, outliving the organism and surpassing it in terms of importance. Information is king, specifically inherited information in the form of the gene, all focused towards propagating the genetic information into the future. So that's kind of like the purpose of life. And he says something to that effect at the beginning of his book, The God Delusion, which is the purpose of life is basically gene survival. And it's done so through creating these survival machines of ineffable complexity. The problem that I have with the selfish gene is it oversimplifies the nature of life to the idea of DNA as replicators and survival machines functioning as a way for those DNA replicators to exist into the future, potentially immortally. And the reason for that is it overlooks things like energetics, the fact that DNA doesn't have any causal properties, it's as a molecule. Other molecules like proteins and RNA can make things, can build things, and they are the constructors of the cell and the organism. However, by overlooking the importance of that facet, Richard Dawkins has inadvertently conveyed those properties onto the DNA as well. And that's what makes it come across as being able to do more than it can. And it creates this false dichotomy between the organism and the DNA, instead seeing the continuum between them and how that all fits together.